Well, if the state is to fill its skills gap, the work to do so may start earlier than you think. Students as early as 5th grade are already making career choices, whether they realize it or not. That's why a program called ULearn is steering students at younger ages towards subjects essential for a highly skilled workforce. With more on that, here's our Jody Rosman.
If someone were to ask you what was one thing you remember from middle school, chances are it would be something you did with your hands. ULearn Academy is doing just this. It's a program from Canadian Valley Technology Center that trains coaches and allows students to take the reins in their education.
It's all hands-on. I mean, there is no worksheets, there's no grading. It's all about the sky's the limit. You know, hey, what do you want to do? Okay, let me run to Lowe's and get some of that.
Jody Maxey is a 6th grade teacher and Canadian Valley ULearn coach and says that student success is through their own projects and ideas.
Progress that I'm making. They're building and they're designing. My students are doing everything from farm equipment to coding with Scratch on the computer to doing a service learning project with a lunch tray for a handicapped child in our building.
Allowing students to learn a variety of skills that apply to real life.
Kids are trying to find their passion. What do they want to do? Trying to find where they want to go in life.
We're trying to really emulate real life in a real way.
Canadian Valley's Scott Charlson understands the importance of empowering students and allowing them to find their passion.
ULearn Academy is for every student, and that's the thing. When you look at kids who are dropping out of school, where does that begin? Middle school? Okay. If kids are involved and impassioned about learning and we hook them early, that's not going to happen.
And according to Canadian Valley's Don Wilson, the concept of hands-on learning is not foreign to anyone familiar with Oklahoma's career tech system.
We're not dealing with something that's new here. You learn from your experiences. That's how a human being learns.
Experiences that broaden both the students and the coaches' minds.
Like I said with the 2 boys that are coding, that's way out of my element. So, you know, I keep saying, I don't know, but I'm going to find out. So I'm using Dr. Wilson and Mr. Charlson as outlets. I'm using Twitter.
It's about taking risks, too. That's the other huge thing. We encourage failure. Now, what kind of a school encourages failure? But until we crash and burn, until something doesn't work, how do we learn?
Turning failure into greatness, which allows this learning to take place beyond these walls.
But the interesting thing that we're finding is, you know, beyond the school day, the kids are engaged in those projects and one another at home.
Learning teamwork and collaboration, something Coach Maxey sees increasing in her students daily.
The biggest, most important for my situation, self-esteem, confidence in themselves, having a want to come to school and a desire to come to school because they know, hey, I can go work on my project here if I'm taking care of business over here. And
a desire that instructors believe is contagious.
Every child brings knowledge to the table. They have things that you can learn from them about. And it's once you connect to the passion, then you start to realize what's inside the individual.
What I like about it is having the tools to do this. If you have the opportunity to do this class, I would absolutely do it because, I mean, it's a great experience.
Couldn't ask for a better opportunity for my kids.
Now, if you would like to learn more about ULearn Academy, or if you are a teacher and want to become a ULearn coach, they are hosting a Maker Fair on May 14th.